Hi, babies. I just stopped at the Dollar General after checking my bank account. And if you ever get the feeling that you're reaching forth your hand and you want some figs, you're hungry for some figs, and the tree just isn't bearing, I want to convey a little revelation and a little exhortation upon you that there are numbers and calculations in this world that seem to reflect our standing and a sense of lack. And there is an audacity of hope. And I'm just going to go ahead and hijack that word from the Obama campaign in 2008. We have an audacity of hope. Maybe I'll even write a book. But the audacity of hope isn't sitting and spitting on a whole lot of bitterness and criticism. Audacity of hope means that you know your supply and it's not according to the system of this world. So I'm not going to sit and spin in bitterness and try to redistribute wealth and try to make people that have give to the have-nots. I'm going to tap into the supply where I know that there is just an absolute realm of limitlessness. And there is an audacity and there is an angst that even Jesus exhibited, because we live in a world. And we're in the world, but we're not of the world. And this creation that we're stuck in the middle of, that we find ourselves established in the middle of, is groaning for the revelation of the sons of God, for the revealing when we can reach forth our hand and that there can be just an absolute filling. Because even in Job, it talks about he reached forth his hand and he was filled. It talks about the archer, his bow is new in his hand, and that is a indication, and that is indicative of an economic system in Job's day, that there was a bow wherein people found their livelihood, and it says that his bow was renewed freshly daily in his hand. So let's get a perspective of some kingdom reality here, because this creation that we're established in groans and longs until the sons of God are revealed. And the Son of God was revealed 2,000 years ago. His name is Jesus Christ. And he walked in this kingdom reality, and he knew the benevolence of his Father, and he knew the abundance of that kingdom. And he reached forth his hand, and there was a fig tree that wasn't bearing figs. He had a sweet tooth, and he had an empty hand. And he reached forth with a full faith and assurance that his Father was going to supply every one of his desires, every one of his needs, every one of his whims, because he's wired for desire. Babies, you're wired for desire. And if you want a fig, you can have a fig. He reached forth his hand, and that fig tree was empty, and it didn't supply, and he cursed it. It wasn't indicative of kingdom reality. As it is in heaven, let it be done on earth. If there's something on earth that isn't reflecting heavenly reality, it's got to go. So, babies, I don't know about my checking account. I don't know about those calculations. I don't know about Dollar General. But I do know that if there is a vein, and if there is a branch, and if there is a wherewithal that you think that is your only supply to be provided for and to find abundance in this world, you need correction. May life-giving rebukes be upon you, because he wants to awaken you to a higher reality. Because those figs belong to you, and the creation longs for the sons of God to be revealed to satisfy you. May the bow be new in your hand. May you adventure to discover a new economic system, that when the bow is new in your hand daily, refresh, that you know that you have no lack, and these thoughts of money and these calculations aren't even anything that'll defile your mind, because there is a renewal of mind that is now upon you, and you're being launched forth into perspectives and into realms wherein these thoughts of lack, these thoughts of calculations are alien to the mind of Christ that is in you. Let that mind of Christ in you be activated now in Jesus' name.